Thank you, sir. Good morning to all. This presentation is giving an idea about how to go about ABET and what is the difference between ABET and NBA. The NBA I already discussed, so I am not going to touch about all the NBA process. I am going to touch about only the ABET process alone here. So I think today agenda will be ABET criterion with MBA criterion, general introduction. And if you look at the ABET criterion, we have as 8 criterion and program criteria and accreditation policy and procedure and appendix. These files we have to submit for the ABET process. So if you look, so for the beginners, the ABET is the one. ABET is incorporated as an accreditation board of engineering and technology, USA. Is a non-government organization that aggregates post-secondary education programs in applied and natural science. See, applied and natural science separate one, computing is separate one, engineering and engineering technology. All are having a different accreditation. Which we are going for is a engineering accreditation technology, EAC. So that only we are going for it. So as far as now is 4,674 programs and 920 colleges are aggregated in 42 countries. And this is the general introduction about applied and natural science and accreditation commissions. What are the programs it is aggregating it, and computing accreditation commission CAC. What are the program it is aggregating? Engineering accreditation commission EAC. This one is this one we are going for one, and engineering and technology accreditation is for RNT. So the ABET criterion, so if you look at ABET criterion 1, students, and 2 is a program educational objective, 3 is a student outcomes, 4 is a continuous improvement, 5 is a curriculum, and 6 is the faculty, and 7 is the facilities, and 8 is the institutional support, and general one it is called a program criteria. And if you look at the ABET criterion, so whatever I discussed previous slide, it is given here. And corresponding NBA criterion also is given here. If you look at the NBA criterion, you can see that 500 points are given, but here there is no point. So as far as ABET is concerned, they will be checking for the quality aspect instead of quantity aspect. So even NBA has to be done with the same one, but we are in the change of procedure. So still they are putting in a mark wise one. So it is given as a as per the new policies ours is concerned, it is a 500 points. So ABET is will be considering the quality point of it. And if you look at the ABET criterion 1, so we have to give the student admission. So we have to give the summarize the requirement process and accepting a new students into the program. So they are worrying about what is the quality of student we are admitting it. So that we have to give us a write up. What is the quality of students we are admitting it, and what is the procedure we are adopting it. What then we have to say given. And evaluating a student performance. So how the students grades are given and other things, and how it is monitored, that details we have to give it in ABET. And transfer students and transfer courses. See, if they are coming from another college to our college, what is the procedure we are following it up, how the transfer credit is happening, and because they are only worried about the BTech mechanical engineering student. So if for corresponding program, what are the quality? Whoever studies from first year to final year, the same characteristic should be there for transfer candidate also. Because if one student is transferred from second year from other college to the SRM, we have to show that proof that they are having a equal quality, those who studied here from first year to final year. So and advising and careers. So what are the advising procedure we are having, how we are following up, that some we have to give it. And work layout courses. See, this is the we are not following here. It is for the US culture. The students can break for one semester and come for the one. So that one it is given here, work layout courses. And graduation requirement. What is the graduation requirement at SRM? That we have to give it. How will we awarding a 1 degree? And transcripts of recent graduates. We have to give the current. Suppose if you are going for a 2026 passed out transfer grade sheet, we have to give it to them. They will be verifying it, all the requirements into that. And criterion 2, mission statement. So we got to provide the institutional mission statement And the programmable educational objective, we got to list the programmable education objective to them, and consistent with the programmable education objective with the mission of the institute. So how that it's a relation to the mission of the institute, we got to give it. And the program constituency, who are all the stakeholders of the program constituency and how they are evaluating it. And the process review the program educational objective, how we are reviewing the program educational objective. So in this slide I have given the idea about this is already we have given it. So we got to give the provide the educational mission institute. So this is the mission statement of our university. So that we have to give it, and it should be published in a website. That evidence also we have to give it. And programmable educational objective. So our mechanical engineering programmable education objective, we have to list it out. That should be published in the public, so that public has to know it. So that information we have to give it in the report. And consistency with the program education objective with the mission of the institute, and whatever the PEO statement, what is the relevant mission statement of the institute, and consistency, how these two are related to each other, that information we have to give it as a write-up. And similarly for PEO2, and similarly for PEO3, and similarly for PEO4. So all PEO4 should be related to the mission of the institute, and how it is consistent with the mission of the institute, we have to give us a write-up. And the program constituencies. So if you look at our enroll students, primary one, and graduates, alumni, faculty, employer, and parents. So these are the and if you want to add, you can add it also. This is the one previously we gave it. So students, graduates means alumni. The term refers to the graduates in the ABET. It is an alumni, and the faculty, and employer, and parents. So this input. So we got to say, as I told in the NBA process, it is we have to review it. Whatever the constituency we are having, it should be reviewed. So we have to collect the employer survey, alumni survey, graduating student survey at the time of passed out, and this review should be carried out, and it should be assessed by the programmable educational objective. And for information, programmable educational objective should be accessed after graduating the student 3 years of graduation. So that means today if 25 one student is passing out, means he will be passed out and he will be employed in somewhere. After 3 years of employment, we have to assess the PEO, not the immediate one. Program outcome means immediately. Here the term is called student outcome. So if it is a student outcome, means immediate graduation, whether the student possesses the characteristics or not, that we have to ask. So there is a difference. PEO means after 3 years of graduation. For program outcome or student outcome, it should be an immediate outcome of the student. So that we have to assess with the program education, assess the program education objective. That input has to be given to the continuous improvement committee. That, and it has to go with the board of studies also. Then it should be disseminated to the faculty meeting. Then it should be reviewed the program education objective. Then it should be shared with the mission. So this process, we have to provide the document to them to show it whether we are following correctly or not. So this is the previous year results, how we have collected the information, and 3 years, and how it is achieved in the one. So we have to set up some target. So that target, whether we are achieved or not, we have to see it. And this is the one for PEO, and for this is the for graduating student survey. And criterion 3, list of student outcome. We have to list it out, the what are the student outcome which is prescribed by ABET, that has to be given. And relationship between the student outcome, programmable education objective, PEO, we have to give it. And these are the student outcome prescribed by the ABET. Here they will be very keen about it. Each and every word which is listed in the student outcome, we have to satisfy it, because they are not worrying about irrespective of any country. They will be worrying about the list of the student outcome listed here. So we should provide enough evidence such a way that they are convinced. So we cannot say that in India we are not following this and that. They are worrying about ABET, our international standard we are going it. So whatever the statement, each and every word which is given in a student outcome should be satisfied in our process with the one they will ask. One is the student outcome from the student workbooks. So whether we are teaching the proper content to the relevant to it, and how we are evaluating it, how we are reviewing it, how it is satisfying the requirement. That proof we got to show each and every word which is given in the this one, because few of the thumb we are not following it here. We have to make sure that it is following at SRM, because we cannot say in India we are not following it up. It should be followed, then only they will give the ABET stand. So if you look at the one, so SO1, ability to identify and formulate the solve the engineering problems by applying the principle of engineering science and mathematics. So MBA program outcomes is the PEO1 and PEO2. These two, it's mapping it out. So because we are going for a NBA as well as ABET, so doing two works is difficult for us. So what we'll do is we'll do the PEO1, then we'll map to the SO. Then we will be proving that after attaining the PO, we are mapping to SO also. But we got to make sure that what if some term is not missing in that PO term, we got to make sure that that SO term is satisfied. So that is very, very important. We cannot say that it is not covered in a PO. So that should be we should be very careful. And similarly, SO2, PO3 statement it is given, and SO3, P10 previous one is one, and SO4, PO6, PO7 and PO8 it is matching it out, and SO5, PO9 and PO11 it is matching it out. So and SO6, PO4 and SO7, PO12 and PO5 it is not matching with any of the SOs. Okay, so this is how after evaluating the PO it can be mapped to SO, and we can prove that SO is attained. And the relationship between the student outcome and programmable educational objective. So we have to give the mapping after attaining a student outcome SO1, how it is related to PEO. So that we have to give us a mapping. So after calculating SO, we have to see the based upon this relationship, we have to attain the PEO calculation, and we have to give that our PEO also in align with SO and other things, the POs. And next one, criterion 4, student outcome. So here they are asking listing and description of the assessment process used to gather the data upon which the evaluation of each student's outcome is based, the frequency with which these assessment processes are carried out, expected level of attainment for each of the students' outcome, summarize of the results of the evaluation process and analysis, and how the results are documented. So this is the one, the full list of the course file, how we are evaluating it. So, and next one, continuous improvement and additional information we can also give it. And so this is the map how we are evaluating the employer survey, alumni survey and graduating student survey, which is connected with a programmable educational objective. And what are the tools we are using to assess the student outcome? Here the graduate's outcome of the student by the faculty member course wise, student outcome assessment by the faculty wise course wise, student survey and student survey on the feedback for course outcome, and direct assessment of the end semester one, and students feedback on teaching, feedback from the course faculty. These tools are assessed for the student outcome. So that will be discussed with the continuous. See, one more thing, whatever we are assessing it has to be discussed in the continuous improvement committee meeting. That has to be minuted, then it has to be given at the faculty meeting. So what is the process we are adopting at SRM? We have to intimate, we have to write, given us in a write up, then we have to provide the proper evidence for it. And so this is the sample one I gave it. Target, whatever the target we are setting it up, and what is the direct assessment and indirect assessment, how it is attaining it. And continuous improvement for each year. See, the purpose of writing a course file and other things, they'll be very keen about it. After calculating everything, you are achieving everything is fine. What is the ultimate benefit of the course file, or what is the ultimate benefit of attaining a student outcome or calculating a student outcome? What improvement you have made it in the department? That they will look at in the continuous improvement one. We have to provide a proper evidence such a way that by doing this analysis, we are improved, the mechanical department is improved, these are the facilities or these are the changes in the curriculum that we have to give it. So each one, what are the assessment, I have given the numbers, a sample one I have given it. So equipment added in the machine shop. So basis of action, what action, what is the feedback we got it, and what is the action we have taken it, the date, the outcome, what is the outcome of the student. So if you look at here, from the feedback, by doing the analysis, by collecting the feedback from the faculty, this basis of action we have to give it, and action taken, what action is taken, whether here it's given CNC turning lathe 2 numbers, this information we have purchased. So data of purchase, so that how it is benefit to the students. So if you look at here, second year BTech mechanical engineers are able to get familiar with the machining center performing the exercise on particular subject. So this information they will expect. So whatever we are doing it out, it should be a numerically, it should be there, as well as physically that facility should be there, irrespective of this is for equipment. By changing the curriculum also we can give it, like, so this is the one, it is for curriculum changes. So what is the changes in the curriculum, how it is done, basis of action, what faculty is given as a feedback, and what is the action you have taken it, which regulation we have incorporated. So first time when you are incorporating that changes, what is happened to the next year, what is the improvement they have made it in the next year, like that assessment year, 3 years we have to give it, each year what assessment, what recommendation they given it, how it is improved in the curriculum. So that is, so each year reassessment has to be carried out. So one is by showing an output, whether we are implemented the process. Another one is how continuously we are monitoring it and getting our feedback from the what is the useful of the analysis. So this they will give a more weightage, and similar one only it is available in NBA. So they'll be looking out, because we got the 6 years accreditation previous one. So they'll be looking out this type of analysis in MBA also. What is the improvement has been made in the, by doing the all the course file, all the outcome based education, and what is the very important very implementation in the department. Okay, and see additional information we can give the pertaining to the previous one, what are the documents it can be verified. So that is given here, course file containing the details of attainment, class committee meetings, faculty meeting minutes, curriculum and continuous improvement meeting minutes, and board of studies meeting minutes. So that shows that we are implementing the outcome based education in an effective manner, and it is live in the department. So it's a very keen, this is the continuous improvement section, they will be very keen on it, how the outcome based education is implemented in a department in an effective manner, in a numerically as well as in physically. They should see it, and they will be interacting with the students when they purchase the component and other things. They will be cross verifying it also, so that they will be verifying it. And next one, curriculum. So they'll be giving the program curriculum. So they are having a, because being an international accreditation, they are having some norms. We have to satisfy the norms so that we are eligible for the ABET one. Okay, the for table 5.1, and they describe the how the programming curriculum align with the programming education objective. Describe how the program associated the prerequisites and other things, and attach the flow chart for the how the worksheet that carried out, and describe the how the program meets out the requirements in the terms of the hours and depth of study. So they will be worrying about how much depth we are teaching it, and describe the board of education broad education component, that how it is compliant with the technical content, and describe the major design experience. So if you look at the and program curriculum, we got to give the one, and course syllabi, and also, so if you look at here, this is the table is provided by them. So we have to indicate which is the regular course. This component we got to give, whether we indicate the course is elective or selected elective or core, like that we have to give this one. And then we have to verify with what are which course is having a mathematical and basic science component, and which topic is engineering components and others. And last 2 terms we have to give it, what are the courses offered at SRM we have to give it, and maximum section enrollment for the student, how many students are enrolled one, because they are worrying about if it is a student outcome, means all students of BTech mechanical engineering should possess the student outcome characteristics. We cannot say some electives, they were, say 10 students studied, 20 students studied, they only have this process, they will not accept. We have to make sure that all our say 120 students, 120 students should possess the student outcomes in 7 categories. Then only we are eligible. So here and they will be verifying it. Here we 30 hours of one. This is the condition, the minimum criteria. 30 hours basic mathematics and basic science we got to satisfy. Previously it is 32 hours. Now they revised to 30 hours, and engineering science it is 45 hours. So this criteria we got to satisfy it, or 25% in basic. In terms of percentage, it is 25% basic science. So if you look at here, we are as per our curriculum is concerned, is 32 credit. So we are satisfying the limit, and 45, but we are more than that 115 we are having it. So the minimum requirement for the curriculum we are satisfying it. And program curriculum. So apart from the program curriculum mapped into the broad categories: humanities and social sciences, basic science courses, engineering science courses, professional core courses compulsory. And how it is related to PEO, we have to give this mapping. And professional electives, open electives, mandatory courses, project work, seminar, MOOCs, and internship. So this is the table which is available in program section in the curriculum. The same one it is given here, and how it is mapped to the PEO, we have to give it. And prerequisites. So here they'll be very much keen on the prerequisites, but in India we are we should follow to get it. But as far as we got to mention in the subject, if you want to study the second semester, first semester mathematics they have to pass it, not studying it, pass it. That is a requirement that we have to see it. And similarly, prerequisite for the previous subject, advanced calculus and the one it is given the calculus and previous one, and course code and category. So they'll be what is the course code? It is given there, and how it is given, that is given in the curriculum. That one we have to give it. And what are the distribution of each basic science and other thing? How much percentage in the curriculum? They'll be keen on it. So we got to give this table. How much percentage it is given in the curriculum? And consistency and technical content in the PEOs. So we have to give the PEO how it is. Even we are mapping with the student outcome SO also, but they are asking this also. What are the subject? What are the content? By studying that content, how that PEO is mapping. So that PEO, whatever the content, the consistency, technical content in the course file should contain this. We have to teach that content, and it should be evaluated. The question paper should contain this description, and it should be evaluated, and we should show the proof for that. So here the PEO, apart from collecting a survey and verifying it out, this also they will be verifying it, what content we are teaching it, that we have to give it for each one. And similarly for title and project, they'll be very much keen on the project, and the project what standard they are using it. So that is the reason in our mechanical department, while we are collecting the project form, you might have noticed that we are asking what is the standard they are using it. And in the PPT also we have implemented what standard we are using it. So this is the real outcome of our implementing OBE here. So we are collecting, we are telling the students what is the relation, what is the standard they are using in the project. So this standard for each one, what standard they used it, how the design constraint, what is the constraint they are working for the project, they are asking for this clear one, and what are the subject, related subject they studied to do this project work. So this information they are asking it for each project, for each year we have to give it this information. And next one, faculty qualification we have to give it, and faculty workload they are having a separate format for that, table 6.2, and faculty size, and professional development, what are the professional development faculties are attending, and authority and responsibility of the faculty, that we have to list it out. And faculty qualification, this table we have to give it, faculty name, highest degree, what is the rank they are having it, type of appointment, and whether it's full-time or part-time, government, this is a split up of how the industrial experience, government experience, the total experience in this institution, and professional recognition, and the level of activity in each one, organization and development, professional development, consulting or summer work in industry. So this split up we have to give it to them, and we have to provide the proper proof also. And faculty workload for each workload, what is the percentage of research and other things. So the part-time program and course code, number of hours, semester, odd and even. For 2 years, we have to give it this, the previous year to odd and even semester, we have to this given the summary for it. And faculty size, what is the size and other thing. And in the faculty members role is, we are we know that our faculties are working as a faculty advisor or class in charge, professor in charge, division head, lab head, exam cell coordinator. So what are the different activity they are doing it, that we have to give it. And professional development course, what are the professional development course they are carried out, so that they are in par with the latest technology development in the world. Because we have to train the faculty, they should go and attend that faculty development program such a way that they are up to date, the knowledge will be developed, so that they can effectively teach the students. For that purpose, we have to give this information to them, and corresponding proof we have to give it. And other responsibility and other things, and what are the roles we are providing it, this we have to give it: teacher and academic administrator, general administrator and researcher for the faculty. And facilities, so they are worrying about the offices and classroom and laboratories, how the office space room is given, and classroom and laboratory spaces, what is the, whether it's enough for the students, like that they'll be verifying it out. And computing resources, they'll whether the computer is sufficient to teach them, and guidance, how the guidance is given, and maintenance and upgrading the facility, what is the procedure is adopted at SRM, they'll be verifying it. And office and classroom and laboratories, so we have to give how, what is the square area where that one, and what is the number of persons are using it, and intercom number. This information full our department we have to give it. And computing resources, what is the type of computer type, hardware type, and type of configuration, number of computers taught in the laboratory, which course is taught in the laboratory, this information also we have to give it. And details of software used, what are the software we are using it, how it is related to the students, okay, whether it's used for the project work or the lab work, that information we have to give it. And guidance, so how the faculty advisor, how many students are allocated, how the guidance is carried out in an effective manner, that proof they will we have to give it. And maintenance, so to do a maintenance activity, what are the procedure we are following it up. So we have to give the how many lab assistants are there, technical assistants are there, that information also we have to give it. And library services, what are the library services, and for college level we have to give it, or the department level also we can give it. So this information, books, periodicals, back volumes, and standard and code books, and non-printed materials, this information about the university library we have to give it, we have to collect it and give it. And leadership, how the leadership is, okay, institution support, so up to 7 it is for the department 1, and 8 is the institution support, how the institution is supporting our department, that information we have to give it. Leadership and program budget and financial support, that information we have to give it. And program budget and financial support, we have to give the describe the how the teaching is supported by the institution, the various cadre they are asking, we have to give these details. And staffing, how they are under faculty hiring and retention policy, and support of the faculty professional development, how the college is supporting faculty for the professional development and other things. And so if you look at the leadership, we have to give the HOD, what is the responsibility of HOD, academic responsibility, academic administration, general administration, how he is carried out, that we have to give the proof. And budget, as far as the budget is concerned, new laboratory equipment, software acquisition and updating, hardware requirement, consumables, equipment maintenance, conduct a faculty development program, infrastructure for new programs and courses, expenditure to be incurred by the one, and allocation of research projects. So this is the heading. We are also submitting the budget proposal from the department. The same only it is given there. So this information we have to give. And so this is the apart from the department, university level, who are all the coordinator, what role they are playing, that information also we have to give it. Like a career cadre center, librarian, who is the librarian, that information we have to give it as a university level. And this is the what are the university levels supporting for any department. that information we have to give it. And faculty and hiring and retention. So how what is the retention policy and how the recruitment is happening? That information we have to show as a proof. It's the central level. And efforts to retain the qualified faculty member. So what are the methods they are giving adopted at SRM to retain the faculty? That information we have to give it. So this is a given for whatever the benefit we are getting from the college, that is only listed here. And faculty professional development. So what are the how we are benefited by the college administration? What are the benefit we are getting to do a professional development? That points only it is given here. And apart from here, see this is a very important point. See, being an ABET in international accreditation, they formulated the rule. BTech mechanical engineering means the student should possess these are the subject or these are the characteristics they should study. So that is defined by American Society of Mechanical Engineer. So they given if it is a BTech mechanical engineer means he or she has to study some subject. Okay, so that is only it is given here. Profession, the principle of engineering and basics and mathematics, and specifically the multi-calculus and differential equation the student has to study. We got to show the proof that our curriculum also in align with that. And the curriculum, so you got to give the modeling, analysis, design, and the realization of physical system and component and processes. So that we have to give courses related to this heading, and we have to make sure that it is satisfying it, and coverage of both thermal and mechanical system and in-depth coverage of the mechanical system design system. So that we have to give a proper evidence such a way that our curriculum matching with ABET requirement, because they'll be taking this is the reference to develop any curriculum. So by based upon this guidelines, our curriculum should be given. Our curriculum already it's aligned with that this requirement. So we have to show a proof that this is we are in aligned with the ABET standard. And faculty, so faculty the see here not only the curriculum. If you look at the teaching for any institution, one is the curriculum, another component is the faculty, because the faculty who one is going to deliver to the students and develop the students. So the competency level of the faculty should be in par with the industrial or the requirement level, international standard level. So the faculty one, we got to give the upper level of professional courses, how they are maintaining the current up-to-date technology such a way that they can teach the current subject. So that is only it is given as here the currency in the specified specialty area. So we have to make sure that our faculties are trained enough. And here the curriculum one, so whatever I have given the program criteria, the keywords are mapping here, and what are the subject it is mapping, this color is given that how it is satisfying our requirement. This is how we are going to define it. And the faculty program must, that is and another one accreditation policy and procedure manual. So we have to give that what is the signboard, housekeeping, lab, classroom, how the cleanliness maintained and laboratories maintained, safety measures in laboratory. These information we have to give it to them. And apart from this, the appendix we can give it the course syllabi, faculty vitae, and the equipment list and institution summary. So these are the information we supposed to submit at the ABET. Okay.